Hi everyone, Karena with Hello Inner Light here, and I have created a meditation for you called a healing meditation for peace in uncertain times because I have been thinking about everyone out in the Hello Inner Light community around the world, all of you beautiful souls, and we are living through really interesting times right now. And I'm not sure what you're experiencing. I don't want to generalize too much in this video because I know that every single person's experience with this pandemic and journey through these uncertain times is very, very individual. Um, but I do know that there is almost nothing that the human ego hates more than uncertainty. The human ego really, really wants to be able to predict, control, and sort of mentally categorize our experiences. And right now we are living so far out of that box that we are all probably having different unique triggers, different unique experiences as we go through this global pandemic. And so I really wanted to make a healing meditation for all of you to, one, help you find a little bit of peace, because the pandemic is one thing and that is uncertain, and what is going to happen is going to happen, and we just kind of have to let everything unfold one day at a time. But we can control how we are reacting, and it is very hard to find peace when the whole world is kind of resonating at a vibration of fear. It is so easy to match into that vibration of fear, that vibration of lack, and that's totally understandable if you're doing that. There's absolutely no judgment there. I completely understand. So I made this really long, deep meditation for you, and it starts with about 10 minutes of exercises just to simply calm your nervous system and to entrain your brain waves into a much gentler, more peaceful brain state. So we're using actually some physiological tools to bring the peace into our bodies, since our bodies are mirror neurons and our limbic systems are probably just kind of resonating a little bit with the fear around us. And then after that soothing portion of the meditation, we go really, really deep into what is your personal discomfort with this pandemic? What is your personal trigger that's up right now? Because when things are uncertain, our triggers just get way, way higher. And so it's a great opportunity to work with your triggers. But yeah, so we lay down this really great foundation of peace at the beginning of this meditation. Then we work with our own personal difficulties and triggers in this time. And then we take the meditation to a whole different level and work with our personal strength, our personal light, our personal abundance, our personal wisdom, so that by the end of this meditation, you just have a really deep awareness of who you truly are, who the essence of you is, what your strength is, what your true abundance is, what your true health is, so that you can go deep and then end in a place of peace, because these uncertain times are trying for all of us. So I made you this really long, deep meditation. I hope you really enjoy it, and just know that I am sending you love during this time. Right now, my love is in the form of this meditation, but I hope you are doing well. I hope you are experiencing wellness within and without. And if you need any support, please reach out to me personally. I would love to hear from you. All right, let's start the meditation. Allowing your eyes to close and your awareness to drop into the core of your body. Noticing your inhale and your exhale. Noticing your chest and your tummy rising and falling. Allowing every inhale to bring you deeper and deeper into the core of your being. As every exhale becomes a gentle letting go, where you can relax, you can surrender the weight of your body into the chair beneath you, as if that chair was made specifically just to cradle your body, as if it could mold to you perfectly. And we're going to start with just some simple exercises to calm our nervous systems. get really amped up at times like this, or that it's possible that our nervous systems get really amped up at times like this. So on your next in-breath, really focus on your weight resting in your hips and your bottom on the chair beneath you. Noticing how that left hip is making contact with the chair. Where is the weight resting in your left hip? What does that contact feel like? Maybe it's hard or soft, warm or cool. Just getting unusually curious about how that feels. And then bringing your awareness to your right hip. Noticing where the weight is resting in your right hip and bottom. How that hip is making contact with the chair beneath you. What that contact feels like. You can even notice the contact of the back of your legs with the chair or whatever you're seated on. How far down does that contact go? What does that feel like? And then allowing your awareness to drop down to your feet. Noticing your right foot on the floor. What's your right foot making contact with? What does that contact feel like? Where is the weight resting in that foot? Breathing, feeling your left foot. And again, just getting unusually curious about the sensations in your left foot. What's it making contact with? How would you describe that contact? Where is the weight resting in that foot? Now feeling both feet as you breathe. Imagine that you could feel the space between the tip of your big toe and the back of your heel on both feet. Imagining that you could feel the distance between the tip of your little toe and the back of your heel on both feet. Feeling the distance or the space between the inside of the ball of your foot and the outside of the ball of your foot on both feet. Imagining that you could feel the space or the volume contained within the skin of your big toe on both feet. Breathing, bringing your attention to the space or the volume contained with all 10 of your toes. Even imagining that you could feel the space between your toes. Feeling your heels on the floor, imagining that you could feel the volume contained within the skin of both feet and all 10 toes. Feeling the distance between your heel and your kneecap on both legs. Feeling the space between your kneecap and your sits bone on both sides. Imagine that you could feel the distance between the outside of your right hip and the outside of your left hip. Rooting down through your sits bones, you can feel the distance between your two sits bones. And you can also feel the distance or the space between your sits bones rooting down and your shoulders in the air on both sides. Feeling the volume and space inside your lungs as you breathe in and out. Really connecting deeply with your body. These little exercises I'm having you do are called open focus exercises, and they actually entrain your brainwaves into a more peaceful state, which can be really helpful when most of the world is kind of in fear or kind of freaking out or has some degree of panic, whether it's around health or money or whatever it's around. There's this thing called limbic resonance, which means that we just feel what other people feel. We have mirror neurons, and that's just naturally occurring. So these exercises to entrain your brainwaves into a more peaceful place can just be incredibly valuable during a time like this, so that you can find more peace, more grace, more alignment within yourself. Now imagine that you have a grounding cord on your body, a tube of light that goes from the widest part of your hips all the way down to the core of Mother Earth. And this grounding cord really anchors you into Mother Earth, and it also connects you deeply to her wisdom, her grace, her love. So that you can begin to release any energies that you want to release. The grounding cord also acts like a laundry chute. And so if there's anything in your space right now, in your emotions, in your body, in your energy body, that just doesn't feel right, you can release that down your grounding cord. Finding your awareness in the center of your head, behind your eyes, and between your ears. You're going to imagine that from that space in the center of your head, you can look down through your body, down through your grounding cord. And up from the very core of Mother Earth, you see a beautiful beam of pure golden light. This beautiful beam of pure golden light comes straight up into your body, and it begins to anchor in to the center of your heart. Again, from the center of your head, looking up to the heavens above. Down from your highest self, you see a similar beam of pure golden light. And again, this light just comes straight down to you. It enters your body through the crown of your head, and it begins to anchor into the center of your heart. This pure golden light is the vibration of pure, unconditional love. And as it floods into your heart from above and below, it just begins to radiate out from the center of your heart to all parts of you. So it's going to radiate from your heart up to your shoulders, out through your arms, hands, fingers, through your throat, your neck, your jaw, your skull, your face, your brain, all the way up to your seventh chakra, just a little bit above your head. As it radiates to all of these places, all of your cells begin to absorb this vibration of unconditional love. So really feel this unconditional love entering every single cell, uplifting you and aligning you, helping you find more space for your truth, and letting your cells release any other energies that aren't in alignment with this unconditional love. So it also radiates downwards from your heart. So from your heart, it radiates down through your diaphragm, into your low back and abdomen, and hips and pelvis, your thighs, lower legs, feet and toes. This golden light of unconditional love radiates deep into the core of your muscles and cells and tissues and bones and organs, through every pore of your skin, and it even radiates through your whole aura bubble, all the way around you in 360 degrees. And just breathing, allowing, opening, receiving, letting this golden light of love help you tap into a bigger perspective. It's really easy when the world is stirred up right now to match into thoughts of fear, match into thoughts of lack. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment on that. But the truth of our spirit is so much bigger than fear and lack. And when we can allow ourselves to vibrate at the truth of our spirit, the truth of our deep inner wisdom, the truth of our knowing, and we can have an entirely different experience than the people around us who are just going to be stuck in mind or in ego or in emotions or whatever. And again, there's nothing wrong with being stuck. I get stuck regularly. Super, super normal. But it feels so good to expand into this vibration of unconditional love. Because in my experience, this vibration of unconditional love is so close to the reality of who we are as spirit, who we are as divine oneness before we come onto this wonderful and funny little planet. And that's what I'm allowing to guide me right now through this pandemic, is this truth of my spirit, more than the noise of the world and all the Facebook posts and everyone's projections and assumptions, because we really truly can't actually know what's coming. And so one of the best tools of the ego is to pretend that it knows. So we're probably seeing a lot of that in the world right now. I'm seeing a lot of that in the world. But like I said, when everything is stirred up, it is such a wonderful time to heal whatever's stirred up. Because whatever emotions you're feeling during this pandemic are familiar emotions to you. So just breathing into whatever you're feeling right now. If you're feeling stirred up and annoyed and uncomfortable, that's okay. If you're feeling like you're dropping into peace and love and expansion, that's okay. Just accepting and breathing in whatever's happening and letting that all be held in this vibration of unconditional love. Because the unconditional love can hold this. The unconditional love is big enough and strong enough and powerful enough to hold and love even your darkest feelings, your greatest fear, your sense of disempowerment, or whatever it is that's coming up for you. This unconditional love can just cradle it and accept it as you tune into a bigger perspective. You aren't your fear. You aren't your disempowerment. You aren't your worry. You aren't your lack. You're something far greater than that. So what we're going to do now is breathe in to your body and notice any discomfort, physical, emotional, mental, that you find within yourself right now. Noticing where that feeling is in your body. And then noticing what the essence of that sensation is like. Does it have a color, a shape, a texture? What do you notice as you really get curious about whatever discomfort you're feeling? Because again, even though we're all going through a pandemic together, your experience is incredibly unique to you. And it is unique to you because it has to do with your emotions that you felt as a child, especially. It has to do with your journey as a soul. So getting in touch with the unique essence of your discomfort. And now your imagination is going to call forth a virtual resource to be here with you. So a virtual resource can be like an angel, a guide, a kind and loving ancestor, an animal, a plant. It can be anything that is safe, loving, and powerful that wants to help you with your own transformation this morning. Noticing what shows up for you. Noticing that this unconditional love is here to support you, and now so is this virtual resource. And with the virtual resource, you're going to take your awareness straight in to that essence that you've been focused on. So you have a color, a shape, a texture, and now your imagination is diving straight in to that essence with your virtual resource here to support you the whole way, being held in unconditional love as it continues to flood in from above and up from below. Looking out through the perspective of this essence, you're going to notice that this essence has something to say. This essence is going to begin speaking to you, and it's just going to say, what I need to say to you is. Breathing, taking in that message. This essence is going to speak to you. What it's like to be me is. What it's like to be this essence is. Continuing to feel what it feels like to be this essence. Continuing to look out through its perspective and continuing to get support from the unconditional love and from your virtual resource. You're not alone here. This essence is going to speak to you. What I need from you is. And just noticing if the essence has anything else to say that will just be spoken right now. And then the essence is just going to say how it feels to say this all to you is. When that's complete, you're going to bring your awareness just back to your wholeness out of that one small piece of your essence. Being supported by your virtual resource and by this vibration of love, you're going to receive everything that the essence just shared with you as a stream of colored energy. Taking in what you learned about yourself, taking in what this part of you wants and needs and feels. And allowing that energy to enter you or to be transmuted within you. Breathing unconditional love into any part of your body that's feeling discomfort or resistance. Speaking back to that essence, what I heard you say to me is, speaking back to that essence, what I want you to know is, and then speaking to that essence, what I realize now is. And just breathing and noticing what else wants to happen in your space now. Now you've really felt the discomfort, you've let the discomfort express its needs to you. You've come back into your greater perspective with new realizations and awareness about yourself. What wants to happen now as you breathe, just allowing that to happen? And now you're going to put your hands out in front of you. You can do this literally or in your imagination. Either way is great. And your virtual resource is going to put an image or a symbol or an object in there, or an object is just going to appear in your hands. And this is going to represent the essence of your true strength, your true abundance, your true health, your true wisdom. Looking at this object or image or symbol in your hand, begin to notice all the details about it. Because just like your struggle is unique to you, your strength, your wisdom is unique to you. Really exploring whatever shows up in your hands. And then again, just like we did before, your imagination is just going to take your awareness into that object or image or symbol. You're going to feel what it feels like to be completely immersed. I'm going to just call it the object to make it more simple languaging. To feel what it is to become this object. Looking out of this object's perspective. You're going to look back at yourself through this kind, loving, strong perspective. And you're just going to say back, as the object speaking to you, the object is going to say, what I want to say to you is. And again, speaking as the object to you, the object is going to say, what I know about you is. And as the object speaking to you, the object's just going to speak anything else that wants to be spoken. In this essence of your strength, your wisdom, your abundance, your truth. And when that's complete, the object is just going to say to you, and how it feels to say this to you is. And bringing your awareness out of the object back into your whole self. You're going to receive everything that's been shared with you from this object that represents the essence of your truth, your abundance, your wisdom, your strength. You're going to receive it all as a stream of colored energy. And that stream of colored energy is just going to enter your body and expand through you to every part of you that wants or needs it. It's just going to naturally deepen into your cells and your tissues. And you're going to deeply receive that perspective, that information, the truth of who you are, the truth of your strength, of your health, of your abundance. Taking it in deeply. That object is now going to become a part of you somehow. You can imagine folding it up really, really tiny, and it will turn into edible form, and you can pop it in your mouth and eat it, and it will become part of you. Or you can just grab it and put it in your heart or in your mind or in one of your chakras. Just noticing how you want to make that a part of you. How you want to own that truth of who you are. How it wants to embody through you. And the essence of that, the essence of your strength, not only becomes a part of you, but it begins to mix with this unconditional love that's coming from the heavens and the earth. It radiates through every part of you, head to toe, front to back, right to left. And it just begins to naturally expand. The unconditional love coming down from your highest self and up from Mother Earth begins to come in more and more and more. And as it comes in more and more and more, it begins to radiate through your entire body and aura strongly, so strongly. Until so much is coming in and so much is radiating through you that there's just extra to expand around you. And the golden light expands around you and beyond you, filling your whole room, your whole home or building or wherever you are. And it just keeps naturally expanding exponentially as it expands from your home to the town you're in. You're still the center of this beautiful ball of light. Your awareness is in your center. But this golden light of unconditional love mixed with your true essence of strength is exponentially expanding through now your town to your state, through the country, through the world. So you're the center of this giant ball of light and truth, the essence of you mixed with unconditional love. And this big ball of light is big enough to engulf all of Mother Earth and all of her people and animals and plants. We are all in this together. We're all connected. And as we go within and heal ourselves, as we journey into our discomfort, but we also journey into our light, we become more aware. We become more whole. And we contribute massively to the intention and the collective consciousness that's just thirsty for a healing right now. So as this light radiates through you, you're still centered in your body. You still feel this light of love coming through you, and it's giving a healing to you before it does anything else. But you can also become aware of the people or the places or the energies that are just soaking up this love that's coming through you, surrounding you, going beyond you. And there's so much here. There's such an abundance of light and love that you're not depleted in any way. There's so much coming through. There's plenty to share, no matter how much the world needs this, no matter how much the world wants to drink it in. There's still more. There's still plenty. Noticing where your attention is drawn as you breathe and allow this energy to go through you. Notice what you notice about this light of love and how it interacts with the planet or the people or whomever it's going to. Let your imagination show you how this is affecting the world, this healing right here, right now. And just receive whatever you notice. Whatever information you notice. Seeing how we're all connected through the air we breathe and the water we drink, and through the energy field that we all share. And noticing how the vibration of unconditional love and the truth of who you are is far stronger than the vibration of hate or fear or competition or doubt or greed or whatever else you might notice as you look around the planet. This unconditional love just effortlessly calls us as a collective and as individuals back to the truth of who we are, back to the truth of oneness, of wholeness, of love. And then sending this light of love, if you want to, specifically to the virus. So this virus itself has a consciousness. And there is a reason, I don't know what it is, but there's a reason that it's on our planet right now. If it's happening, then there's a reason. And just sending the light of love to the consciousness of this virus, This virus that has a disruptive effect on the RNA in our bodies. And noticing what happens as the love goes to this virus. Remembering that this vibration of unconditional love is one of the most powerful vibrations possible. Breathing. Knowing that you're safe just by looking at the virus or by sending love to it. You're not getting the virus, it's not infecting you. This light of love is flooding from you outwards. Noticing what transformation is possible, what transformation is happening. We're just going to take about another minute here. So let this love flood through you and beyond you. And if you have any other intentions, like where you want to send this love, do that now. And then you're going to gently start turning this light of love flooding through you down. So it's still flooding through you. You're still completely and totally permeated by it, every single part of you, every cell. But it's now radiating beyond you, just a little bit less. Coming back in. It's now no longer going around the whole world, it's just going around the country. It's now getting smaller, so it's not filling the whole country, just the state. Getting smaller as it just fills your town, and then your house, and then your room, and then just you, your body, your aura. Letting this light of love continue to flood in, filling you even more deeply than you thought possible. Bringing your awareness again to that essence of who you truly are, your true strength, your true abundance, your true health. Noticing how that has settled into every single one of your cells. Knowing that this is the best thing that you can do for yourself during a pandemic. Is focus on the truth of who you are and allow your decisions to be guided from this place, allowing your strength to be drawn from this truth, allowing the peace to flow from this truth to you when you're feeling like you need more peace. And remembering who you truly are. Fill yourself in with this golden light one more time from head to toe and everywhere in between, front to back and everywhere in between, right to left, everywhere in between. Deep into the core of your muscles and bones and tissues, out through your skin to the edge of your aura and everywhere in between. And then letting the light of love coming into your heart up from Mother Earth and down from your highest self, letting that go, knowing you can draw on it anytime. Taking one more deep breath, open your eyes and stretch. Coming gently out of trance and taking a moment just to feel how different you feel than when you began this meditation. Okay, wonderful job. Thank you so much for meditating with me. I wish you wellness, happiness, and peace in these uncertain times.